Let the games begin. That would be the tagline for the SummerSlam that took place on August 15th, 2004 from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, with 17,640 fans attending the event. This year, the logo sees a softer outline, resulting in almost a rounded off look to the edges, but the basic design is the same. The set layout here features a very large arched Titantron with a Minitron above it, and the alternate event logo below. In my opinion, they should have used the top screen for the entrance videos and the bottom for the event logo because due to the length and arch of this screen, the video aspects are all out of whack. And the poor commentary team are extremely close to the pyro here. Entrances show us names in a thick white font and a colorful backdrop appearing to be streaks of light maybe, with the event logo appearing to the left, surrounded by a similar design. Commentators see the same graphics with no changes. The ring area would return from last year, same skirts on the front and back, the sides, same black on black everything else. Hey, it looks good, so why change it? World Wrestling Entertainment would head to Washington, D.C. on August 21st, 2005 with slightly more than 18,000 attendees. The tagline here doesn't feature any clever wordplay or innuendo or anything like that. It's simply Hogan vs. Michaels for the first time ever. We see some more slight changes to the logo, like a minor curve added to the title and some ridges added to the larger letters. We also see a metallic-like design surrounding the logo. At the entrance area, we see the same basic look from last year return with the arched video screen and the event logo at the curtain. However, the Toptron was eliminated here. The graphics package here gives us white font for the names with a green outline and what appears to be some sort of smoke design, fading from orange on the left to green on the right. The only change at the ring area would be new aprons on the front and back donning the updated logo design. The 2006 SummerSlam would be the biggest party of the summer, taking place on August 20th from Boston, Mass, with 16,168 fans in attendance. We would see the WWE logo added back into the layout here, along with this design around the entire thing. We wouldn't really see any changes at the stage this year, other than the fact that this one is raised. Graphics for introductions would start to feature more perspective starting here, with the lower third containing all sorts of industrial elements and the event logo. Underneath, a white font is used for names. And nothing has changed here at the ring for 2006. On August 26, 2007, oh god, East Rutherford would host yet another SummerSlam with 17,441 fans attending the event. Things must have gotten serious here because this year's tagline is, "The party is over." The logo here would feature an island makeover, retaining the same basic look but adding a design over the top and a tropical beach setting for the background. Okay, look at this thing. Seriously, hands down, this is my favorite SummerSlam stage. We get the typical design features like the SS logo at the curtain, a giant arch above the set, and we receive a smaller Ovaltron here in the middle of it all. But what makes this stage truly unique is all the heavy beach theming, complete with giant surfboards, mock palm trees, beach huts, and tiki torches. We even see sand covering the floor here. Intros give us white font with a blue outline over a top perspective view of the design above the event logo. And speaking of the SummerSlam logo, it appears here to the left, with some tropical foliage behind it. For commentary, the look is a little more subtle with the event logo in the middle and no palms in the background. Boo. The ring skirts would receive an overhaul, returning to a similar style last seen in 2004. In addition, this design would be seen on all four sides of the ring, with the WWE.com skirts taking a much-needed vacation. As always, we see a lot of black elsewhere in this design. August 17th, 2008 would be the date. Indianapolis, Indiana, the place. Just under 16,000 fans would attend the event with the tagline, "The biggest blockbuster of the summer." Welcome to widescreen. This would mark the first SummerSlam to be broadcast in HD. The logo returns to its more basic roots here, and by this point has been used for quite a few years. The setting here is a classic-looking theater in the city with spotlights beaming into the sky. The stage design would replicate this look with a mock theater exterior and LED panels on each side displaying images of a skyline. The marquees would be utilized as Minitrons for entrances, and a Titantron would be displayed front and center with LED rails above. Underneath, we see more LED accents in addition to another Minitron. This one is honestly pretty massive. Look at the comparison to the ring here. Intros would see more play on the theming, using the opening logo image for the backdrop, with wrestlers' names appearing on the marquee in black text and the event title above. For announcers, the SummerSlam logo would appear in its full form in between names. The ring area would feature the aprons from last year, also appearing on all four sides again. And we see some other changes for the first time in quite a few years, like silver ring posts and steps, as well as blue ropes. SummerSlam 2009 would be dubbed the biggest event of the summer. Los Angeles, California would host the event with just over 14,000 fans attending. For the first time in a long time, we see a new logo for the event, featuring a new font, color scheme, and layout. This stage would be similar to the ones used for the weekly television shows of the era, with a large Titantron as the centerpiece, a large LED wall to the right, and a large cylinder LED structure to the left. At the point of entry, we see a Minitron-style backdrop stretching the length of the Titantron it sits below. And we see backlit panels at the edge of the stage. The few classic-style stage props consist of a large cutout of the event logo above the Titantron and a set of rather large lighting structures that hang pretty low. The graphics package would feature the yellow, black, and red color scheme from the logo, which is also featured here to the left of wrestler names and in the center for commentary. We also see white font with red outline and lots of stars. The ring would get white ropes with black turnbuckle pads, as well as silver steps, red posts, and some flashy new skirts on the front and back sides of the ring, with similar versions on the side promoting SummerSlam.com. WWE would return to LA in 2010 on August 15th with an even bigger house this time, drawing 17,463 to the event. The logo would see yet another redesign, incorporating blue back into the color scheme and keeping with the star theme. The stage from last year would return here untouched, which is unfortunate. The name displays would feature a similar look as last year's, with the same font, more stars, and the event logo for wrestlers with an alternate version for commentary. Another thing returning exactly as we saw it last year is the ring, which doesn't feature any blue despite having included it in the new logo. Oh, that's weird. The biggest party of the summer. Didn't they use that one already? This one would take place on August 14th, 2011, again from Los Angeles, with 17,404 attendees. The logo returns here from last year with some minor tweaks and this almost neon-style backdrop. The stage would once again return, but this time they've added to it with an additional, even larger LED wall behind everything, and the front and sides below the stage changing from backlit panels to LEDs capable of displaying images and video. The graphics package from last year would return here with no changes to either grouping. The biggest change in 2011 would come at the ring, where we see the new color scheme implemented. We see new aprons all the way around the ring that feature the updated logo, as well as blue ring posts with white ropes. August 19th, 2012 would mark the 25th annual SummerSlam event, coming from, can you guess? That's right, Los Angeles, California, yet again. 14,205 fans would attend the event dubbed The Perfect Storm. We see a new logo, keeping with a similar color scheme and design, but everything is sharp here with lots of straight edges and corners that weren't there previously. The set design would be similar to what we've seen the last couple of years, but not identical. It's pretty much entirely comprised of LED structures here, except for the surface of the stage, which is jet black and features the event logo on it. The lower third here stretches from each end of the screen, featuring a red, white, and blue theme that almost looks more suited for an event like Great American Bash or something. Font for names is white, and the event logo is thrown in for good measure. I don't know, this just seems kind of lazy to me, and maybe it's just me. I'm not sure if it's to save money or what, but they used the same aprons from last year, despite the fact that it features the old, outdated logo, which just isn't consistent at all. With that being said, the rest of the ring elements return unchanged as well. SummerSlam 2000. What is this? Is this Kane riding a roller coaster? Oh my God, how the mighty have fallen. WWE would return to La La Land yet again for the August 18th, 2013 SummerSlam with 17,739 fans in attendance. We would see last year's logo design show up here with a sort of distressed look and no longer accompanied by the WWE logo. Sadly, the entrance area wouldn't see any changes here. Neither would the ring area. But the graphics package did receive an upgrade, and we see white font over a design featuring the event color scheme, palm trees, and the event logo. For the 6th consecutive year, SummerSlam would hit Los Angeles, California with 17,357 attendees on August 17th, 2014. We would see last year's logo return with the new WWE logo slapped on top of it, and I don't know, is it just me or does it look kind of out of place up there? This stage area would be commonly used at the time for all weekly and monthly shows and is pretty much layer after layer of LED walls and screens. The graphics package from last year would return exactly as we saw it previously, but we would see some changes at the ring for 14. We see new colorful skirts featuring the event logo sprawled out rather largely from end to end, with black aprons on the side featuring the WWE Network logo. We see silver ringside steps and lots of white here being used for the ropes and the ring posts. We get the traditional black turnbuckle pads, but they have yet to be updated with the new company logo here. Oh yeah, the broadcast logo is also the old version. (2015) would finally mark a change in location for SummerSlam, taking place in Brooklyn, New York, with 15,702 fans in attendance. The show was held on August 23rd. Same logo here, however, the WWE logo is positioned a lot better this time around. We see the same stage design here with the addition of this large WWE logo prop located off to the side. Other than that, everything else remains the same. The introductions feature honestly one of the coolest fonts I've ever seen the company use for names. and a cool backdrop of the city for the lower third, with the event logo making an appearance to the left for wrestlers and taking a vacation for commentary. The ring would see this rather large LED panel added to the hard cam side, which displays the event logo during matches and segments, and custom graphics for entrances. The side skirts would remain the same as would the other ring elements, with the exception of the new company logo appearing on the turnbuckle pads. On August 21st, 2016, SummerSlam would return to Brooklyn with nearly 16,000 fans in attendance. This one sports the same logo as last year. We also see the same graphics package from last year, and I'm not mad at that. The stage setup would feature the same elements that made up the SmackDown and Raw sets from the time. And man, can this thing get bright when they want it to. While we definitely see the walls of LED panels toned down a little bit here, we do see additions added to the surface of the stage, as well as around the ring posts, allowing for even more lights, movies, and custom images to be displayed. The side skirts at the ring would feature a new look comprised of the event logo, but everything else here would remain the same. WWE would hit Brooklyn yet again for the 30th SummerSlam event, taking place on August 20th, 2017, drawing 16,128 fans. The logo is the same as it has been for a few years now, with it appearing here as wall art in the show's open. This stage was used for SmackDown during the time, so sadly we don't see anything unique here as far as the set goes. The graphics feature all sorts of colors and layers. I mean, holy hell, there's really a lot going on here. We see more LED screens at the ring, with the addition of a panel added to the side facing the ramp. The hardcam side by default displays a new design for the event. The opposite sides still feature traditional skirts, however. We see white ropes return with black turnbuckle pads. Brooklyn, August 19th, 2018, 16,169 fans. We see a slight variation of the event logo, setting behind the city with the sun. The stage is the same, the ring is the same, with the exception of the LED display featuring a new design. The lower third has been updated, however, with a cityscape backdrop featuring the event logo and white three-dimensional font for names. "2019 would see a new host in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, with nearly 16,904 fans attending the event on August 11th. Man, somebody loves this star logo because here it is again, and this time it's wet. Oh yeah, and they started doing this stuff during this time. Oh my god, no comment. Graphics feature this sort of wave with yellow and blue, well, it's kind of purplish, I guess, with white font for names and the event logo to the left. The design is similar for commentary, however centered versus off to the left. The stage area is, well, unchanged. But at the ring, we see a new display for the LED panels and also for the traditional aprons. Too bad they don't match, though. You'll never see it coming. That was the tagline for the 2020 SummerSlam hosted by Orlando, Florida on August 23rd. The star logo returns here, and while they've used a 3D perspective for it before, this one presents more depth and detail. The set design features a large curved screen in the center, similar to the previous Raw set, the one before the ramp stage that debuted in 2019. Below, we see an entry area comprised of more screens with a lighting structure separating the upper and lower sections. Around these screens, we see multiple LED strips laid out horizontally as well as vertically. We also see a rather large amount of lights finish off the design, even covering the arena floor around the stage and ramp. Introductions feature a stylish white font over a blue and orange design, with the SummerSlam logo appearing to the left for wrestlers and centered but slightly shrunken down for commentary. One unique aspect seen here is the inclusion of LED panels in the seating sections of the arena, which can display the virtual audience as well as other designs when needed. Above the ring, we get a good view of the lighting structure, which would typically be hung a lot higher to prevent obstruction of view. We see long curved beams lined with LED screens, as well as rear projection panels between each one. The ring features LED panels on the hardcam and ramp sides, which display an alternate version of the event logo, with conventional aprons on the opposite sides featuring a similar design. And finishing off the look here, we see white ropes and black turnbuckle pads. Well, that's SummerSlam. What are some of your guys' favorites? Let me know. I really would love to know. You guys know I eat this stuff up. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. It took quite a while to put together, and I hope to see you guys back for the next one.